academic documents would have been verified. Are we together? That's when now you skip from enrolled students now to the purely admitted students. Are we together? Okay? At the moment, we are all visitors in the state. With that exception of those who have cleared, let me say 70% of the tuition, and your documents have already been verified by academic registrar's office. I think you've been given the brief that by the 8th week, you need to have registered. That's when we shall call you a student of UICT. Okay? Guild, I'm not seeing the registration moving. Our data, you're going to fail us in data analysis. Please have the QR codes moving around. Any parents on ground, please, if you're on ground, come and give you special attention. Then you leave the suffering to the students. This is time to grow up. Tertiary institution, we don't have, how do you call the masters on duty? We left them now at secondary level. Here is personal development. Okay? You're supposed to be responsible for your actions. Parents, please come for special attention. Don't crowded. Okay? Yes, now at this being the first day, we have students that move with money. Okay? Now I'm here to educate you that your neighbor is not your friend. Some of you get excited. This is time to be secretive. Okay? Now for those carrying money, I'm going to show you what to do. Don't even tell your neighbor that you have money. Keep it a secret until I finalize my session. Okay? Now, if you have carried money with you, look at your admission letter. Pull out your admission letters. Everyone pull out your admission letter. If you don't have one, look at the admission letter of your neighbor. Look at your admission letters. Are you seeing a student link on the admission letter? That is student.uict.ac.ug. You're seeing it? As you're looking for your student, the student link, I want to bring to your attention that admissions.uict.ac is not UICT's website. Some of you said, Madam, I'm on the website, but I can't see my admission letter. Now your admission letters are uploaded on the admissions portal. Are we together? That is admissions.uict.ac.ug for the private students. The UICT website is www.uict.ac.ug. Now on that website, that's where you're going to find the list of private students and the list of government students. So for the government students, go and look, scroll through the list and see if you've been admitted. The same applies to private students, but the private list is not yet exhaustive. Reason being, admissions are still ongoing. Okay? If you have your brothers and sisters who are still stranded out there, tell them the government only ICT institution is still open for admission until end of month. Are we together? So once your name is not on, please approach the academic registrar's office for guidance and help. I'll also be here slightly for 30 minutes after we close the session to deal with that team of admissions. Okay? Are we together? So now back to our admission letters. Look at the student portal. You've seen it? The student link. student.u.sc.ug. You've seen it? You've seen that the institute also gave you a student number. You've seen it? Now, this is the first session. However, we are going to we shall also invite the account section to go through the system once again. But for starters, on that student link, your login is your student number. Your password is your student number. Are we together? Place that link in the browser and open. If you know you have cache, that student number is your username, at the same time your password. After that, the system is going to prompt you to change a password. Now, as far as password change is concerned, one thing you should know is that that student number or that student platform is yours to utilize until you leave UICT. What does that mean? Place in a password that you're going to remember. Because there is nothing physical that you're going to receive. Your results are going to be uploaded on that platform. Whenever you need to pay tuition, you're using that platform. Are we together? So place a password that you're going to remember. Otherwise, I'm giving you orientation today. After that, you're going to look for me. That Madame Lydia, I'm blocked. I'll first remind you about this orientation. So to remember it easily, can you use your phone numbers as your password? Because I believe you can never forget your phone number. Are we together? Some of you like putting very smart passwords. Utilize all the letters in the world, all the icons. Oh God. Now when it comes to memory, it's only between you and God. Utilize a password you're going to remember. When you've successfully logged in, ensure the program that has been placed on is the one you've been admitted under. It's going to show you either data science, software engineering, financial technology, whichever course you applied for. Are we together? Ensure it is the right course before you proceed. If you have a wrong program on your page, don't proceed. If the program is wrong, don't proceed. You become a special case for the office. Are we together? Who is lost? Yes. Can I have a second microphone, please?
Just lost the first step. After you get that link, what do you do next? After you log in on the website, what happens next? Because I'm seeing a list of programs which are offered here, but how do I activate my students' portal?
Earlier, UICT website is www.uict.ac.ug. At the moment, we don't need it. Are we together? Because in most cases, once we send students to go through the website, they get lost. At the moment, forget about the website. Are we together? And log in directly under your browser. I don't know whether you're using Google Chrome. I don't know what you're using on your phones. Instead of placing there www, can you place there directly student.uict? Place that link directly. We shall begin speaking ICT after one semester. At the moment, we are not going to speak in terms of the URL. Let us leave it out. Okay? That is space of search. Place in directly student.uict.ac.ug. Then on your phones, I think you press, is it go? Huh? Yeah, something like go or a tick, I don't know. Whichever phone you have. Please, in case you need special attention, you raise your hand and one of the guild representatives will speak. You need extra help? You're now okay. Now, once it opens, we'll ask you for the username and the password, isn't it? And I've told you your username is your student number. Your password is your student number. And some of you are going to receive hiccups because of the operating systems on your phones. Are we together? Created problems on your portal. Before you enroll, ensure it is freshman, meaning year 1, semester 1. If that's what you see, click on enroll. Are we there? Who has a private letter? For the private students, can I receive one letter from the private students? Now, most of you have been calling in, inquiring about these letters. Now, especially the government students, we need you to read through that letter thoroughly and understand it. But as we move on through the orientation, you're going to receive guidance as government students. But as a brief, your government-sponsored students, we have two sections, the government-sponsored students and then the private-sponsored students. And take note of the words I'm utilizing. Government-sponsored and private-sponsored. That's where it ends. At the end of the day, in academics, we don't know government-sponsored and we don't know private-sponsored. All we know is students of UICT. Implying that once you're government-sponsored, you don't move around the institute wearing an armor that I'm a government student. Please, everyone is a government student because you're under the government institution. The only difference is that you're being financed by the government. So you're all students and you're all equal. You get equal opportunities as far as training is concerned. Now for the government students, as you're going to notice, your letters have what we call functional fees. When government is sponsoring you, it only sponsors the tuition. It doesn't sponsor functional fees. Are we together? That's why you're seeing yours having functional fees. So you're going to find that even your functional fees are a bit low. Because there's also another section that the government takes care. Okay? And one thing I need to bring up front. When you enter a contract, you enter a contract as an individual. Most of you are fond of saying government students, okay, now, how come our figure is looking like this and the one of last year? Your cohort 2025, 2026. Don't peep into cohort 24, 25. They signed a different contract. Are we together? It is like you going to rent a house somewhere, then the landlord will tell you all my houses go for 300. You accept that deal. Then after occupancy, you find out that your neighbor is paying 250. Yeah? You begin now. Hey, boss, how come this one is paying 250? Don't peep it where you're not supposed to be. You entered different contracts. Understand your letter and don't try to understand letters of previous years. Put emphasis on your letter and try to understand it. And as you see this letter, there is nowhere is reflected that UICT provides accommodation and meals for government students. Living out allowance, and it is only given out upon release by the government. Don't come in today, then you expect living out allowance to go. Please. It is only given as when the government of Uganda releases the funds. If it releases the fund towards the end of semester, that's when you receive it. Are we together? So you don't move around requesting for money that is not there. And sometimes you have this mentality, our money, our money. Please, that's the benefit that has been given to you, and don't mishandle it. Are we together? Okay? So for now, if you're here as a government student, our hostel is first come, first served. And the nurse will tell us whether she has space or not. But that is the policy. Are we together? And you also have to put into account that in that same hostel, there are continuing students who have already had their spaces since last semester. So the amount of space that is there is not controlled by us. That's why you're here for orientation, for those of you who are coming from up country, so that you prepare yourself before the official lectures. Okay. That's why we say no parents. Look, in case you have relatives around, well and good. Make meaningful friends even around you. Friends that matter. Those of you who can acquire hostels outside, together with the MOOP students, well and good. For as long as you know you're under safety. Okay? Now, reading the government-sponsored letter. Your letter reads, following your application, because now the insight is that you applied through the Joint Admissions Board. Are we together? Meaning your name was released under the Ministry of Education. And we only received a list that was approved by the Ministry of Education. UICT does not, and I repeat, does not on its own select, meaning they sit as a team during that Joint Admissions Committee and select according to the cut-off points. Are we together? We don't know who is who. We are going to get to know you for the first time. After the selection process, it was up to the Ministry of Education to approve the list and sign it off. So anything concerning government sponsorship, it is handled under the Ministry of Education and Sports, under their Joint Admissions Office. Are we together? UICT just waits for the official list. Now, following your application, I'm pleased to inform you that you have been provisionally, I think you see that word provisionally, isn't it? Huh? It is not saying you've been admitted, it is provisional admission. Implying you will only and only be fully admitted after following our full rules and regulations concerning your admission. Are we together? Meaning you're supposed to accept this offer. If you don't accept this offer, then you have not yet entered the contract with you. So this is a provisional letter. Okay? So you've been provisionally admitted to the Uganda Institute of ICT on a 2-year of study, which might be day, evening, or weekend, leading to the award of either, I don't know which diploma you have been given under the government scholarships. And your academic year is 2025/2026. Now, for those of you who acquired space in the hostel, you were supposed to report yesterday. The institute nurse will let us know this. For those of you who were occupying the hostel space. And you're going to utilize that the introduction on all your letters is phrased the same way.
Derek.
For all the private and the government sponsored students. Okay? So it has also come to my attention that some of you have names that have been misspelled. Okay? And we shall only rectify them depending on your proof that you provide to us. Because misspelling might mean a different name altogether. Okay? Good enough, we have the entire database. When it comes to the government students, we can still check. And your, how do you call it? That code you utilize at senior 6. We have all that content and we shall see if it matches your school. Then we shall be able to rectify it. But all those cases are handled under the academic registrar's office. In case your names are spelled wrongly. But right now I expect that to appear are the same names that are appearing on your pass slips. That is for the senior 4 and senior 6. Consistency in the name. Are we together? Because even though you're called Chizito John, Your letter, all your documents are reading Chizito John. Then we receive another person called John Chizito. Those are two different people. Meaning the way you registered from the onset matters. Okay? Then they went ahead to say the first week shall be for orientation of freshers, which must be attended physically or virtually. I think you've seen the orientation schedule. It gives a section of physical and a section of virtual. And I believe next week we are going to be virtual. And I believe you went through the entire orientation program. You being our new students of UICT, I believe you've been briefed. We also have what we call a business development center, where we do ICT skilling at a professional level. Now, for all UICT students, one person from the Business Development Center will be taking us through your registration for the free courses in ICT. There are some courses which are given out free of charge. Now, for the entire community, and I'm now speaking to the diploma students mostly, but also certificate students are open also to take up this course. Now, for the government students, for the diploma students, I'm still going to give you a link for the HP Life for all diploma students, which is a must-do. HP Life. Now, HP Life is also a free course, but to ensure the uptake, it is compulsory for all diploma students. Meaning immediately you enter into that link, the first course unit you're supposed to do and accomplish is what we call communication skills. Now, upon completion, that is your coursework. I've already started communication skills coursework. Before we meet in class, so that day you see me in class, the representative you're going to choose, you'll come up with all your lists, and all I need to see are the completion certificates. Then I begin recording the courseworks. So since you have come for skilling, I'm not going to have any take-home coursework. That take-home is your proof of certification to add value to your CV. So no stories at the end of the semester. Good enough, I'm announcing it early in life. No stories at the end of the semester that I don't have coursework. Your coursework is as simple as that, certification. And on top of that certification, it is not only HP Life, including the certifications that are going to be provided by the Business Development Unit. That is ICT course. Meaning when you reach that topic of CV, for as long as you don't have a certification under HP Life or ITU in short courses, you have already failed coursework. That is under communication skills. Since it is a cross-cutting unit across all programs, so it is a must-do, especially in these 2 weeks. No idling, education has already started. As we begin our lectures early at orientation. So those certificates which are free are a must-do. And for me to give you marks, you should show proof of that certificate. Anyone asking a question? No question. Coursework number 1. Okay? Communication skills. You will thank me in the employment industry because I'm already increasing value on your CV. Isn't it? For the that area of other certifications. It is a must. Now, as we are covering that area, before I proceed, let me invite someone. You should never be misled. Now, 3.3 of your admission letter. And I'm happy to note that your letters are reading the same, despite private or government sponsored. Registration. Registration will be done after payment. Section 4. Starting the second week of the semester after orientation. This shall be scheduled from August 25th. When is August 25th? When is it? Next week. Meaning registration starts. We are going to reach that section which gives you guidelines. And they are giving you time between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. in academic registrar's office on respective days. Now she will throw in a calendar in case the traffic is too high. And she might give you days according to your programs, depending on the traffic at her door. If you're too many, she will schedule you and say, Monday I'm dealing with this program. Tuesday I'm dealing with this program in registration. So the earlier you do it, the better. And remember, you need to have made payment. That is your full functional fees and half of the tuition, which is almost 75%. And she'll be guiding you as the days progress. Are we together? For more clarity about registration, you move to her. Okay? So for purposes of registration, you must therefore present the following. And note that on your admission letters. Original Uganda Certificate of Education or its equivalent and its photocopies. The original. I know now when we talk about now the private sponsored students, when you were applying, we accepted provisional results, which were stamped by your schools. Now this is the moment for us to verify whether you gave us true results. Are we together? Because I know we are very much aware there is NASA Road which has almost all stamps in the world. And you can bypass that stage when you are applying. But we say, all of you come, like a mother. You're almost welcome. But there is Judgment Day. And Judgment Day appears at registration time, where we need now originals, not duplicate. Those provisional results from your schools don't matter at registration. We need original pass slips. Original pass slips. That is O level. Then also original Uganda Advanced Certificate or its equivalent and its photocopies. Those are 2 photocopies each. Original pass slips, which we are going to verify. Because if I think you're going to see, we reserve the right. You have even a disclaimer, I believe, on this letter, to dismiss you at any juncture in the education journey, for as long as we find your academic documents to be fake. I think you have seen this happen even to people who have gotten PhDs. And after that long journey, your entire PhD is nullified because of the academic journey. Then also we need originals of fees receipts and its photocopies. Now that's the percentage. Upon getting that reference and you made your full payment, you go to accounts, they verify you, then she will give you that registration form and you'll be stamped as a UICT student. Identity card from your previous school or institution and its photocopy. We need to know who you are. Now this teaches us how to be responsible citizens. Some of you after finishing that, what do you call it, that UICT, you throw it, oh, good riddance. Please, no document is good riddance until you've jumped that stage. Now we are calling for it. Those of you who did not complete tuition, we call it fees, at your former school, please work hard within these 8 weeks. Go complete, get our pass slips ready for verification. Okay? National identity card. We are all citizens of Uganda. Some of you don't have national identity cards. But at least you should have that verification later. That small notification from you, isn't it? That your ID is valid. All together. Okay? Or birth certificate. If you don't have a national ID, at least you have a birth certificate, isn't it? Huh? We need to identify that it is the origin. We match up your dates of birth to see that we are moving in the right, as that's the verification process. Then plus this original admission letter. Hold this as your cake. Now you see, especially the government sponsored students. Remember when you walked in, as I told you, we received a list from the Ministry of Education. So we do not have your database in our system. Are we together? We only have database for the private students. And you're only going to provide us that database when you log into the student.
So,
are we together? You don't have your phone numbers, nothing about you, except the list that came in from the Ministry of Education. Yes, we can access it from the statistics, yes, but we want it given officially by you, the carriers of the letters. Are we together? Okay? So those are the documents that you're supposed to present at registration. Then also, at registration, we also need what we call a bank slip for the National Council for Higher Education, fees payable per year to the National Council for Higher Education. Now it is mandatory that every student in Uganda pays a total sum of 20,000 to the National Council for Higher Education. And for as long as you don't make this payment, you don't graduate. This money goes direct to the National Council for Higher Education. And the account section will also be here to pass through that payment system. It is only 20,000 shillings per year. And upon making those payments, right now as you've entered the Uganda Institute of ICT, I expect you to have a file. A physical and a digital file of all your documents. This admission letter should be archived somewhere. Get a physical file, place it there. Make a payment, and remember our payments are digital. Meaning you're going to get the digital clearance. Are we together? And they fed after some time. After payment, photocopy it and keep it until you graduate. Because on graduation day, if you don't present, remember there is no way we are going to realize this person has paid and this one hasn't paid. Because that data is controlled by National Council. So for us as proof of payment, we need the payment receipt. Are we together? So keep it, otherwise before graduation you will pay National Council again before we clear you. Once you don't present your proof, you will pay it for the second time. Okay? Then you also need 6 recent passport size photographs. Those ones are going to be placed on your files for identification. Then later on in the semester, they'll take your photographs during for the IDs, and those are the same photos that are going to appear on your student photo. Are we together? Because all your student pages should have your individual photos. And you're going to know the importance of that student photo. On the day of sitting final exams, you're going to print out the card that is going to accept you into the examination from your page. All those systems are being put in place to avoid traffic in the office space. Now, they are going to pass through all the systems of the institute during orientation. That implies that we don't entertain students loitering around the administration. All your queries will be handled online. Unless that specific problem is really calls for a physical presence between you and the necessary. Being you're going to fight your own war. You fail to attend a lecture, you answer it as an individual. We shall not entertain any parent to come and answer on your behalf, because you're signing the contract as an individual, not with the parent. Right now we are dealing with the students directly. We call parents now the support mechanism behind your education journey. This is the time for you to grow. Most of this conversation we are going to have it during lecture time. It is time to grow now. You're no longer babies. You're self-sustaining. This is a moment whereby if they give you 1,000, you don't rush and get it depleted in 1 second. Sit down and think. With this 1,000, what can I do? What is my journey? And where will I need it the most? Are we together? It is time to mature up. Classes shall be conducted both as face-to-face and online. Therefore, you're required to have an internet-enabled device. Now, some of you were asking us online, what are the requirements as a student of UICT? The requirements we need is that every student should have a smart gadget. Are we together? A smart gadget. It can be a phone, it can be a laptop. And as I'm talking about phone and laptop, please, citizens of Uganda, these 2 weeks I don't expect anyone to move with a laptop. Now some of you have brought all the different brands. Someone has to see that I have the iPhone, I have the what? Mine is touch screen, mine is what, please? Right now, do you even know who your neighbor is? Huh? And you know, I love the way God created us. We all wear innocent faces at an opportune time. Everyone looks innocent right now. You cannot tell that devil with us. That is something God really hid from us, isn't it? Huh? Because what the face portrays is not what is in someone's heart at the moment. Some of you are saying, at what time is that lady leaving that microphone? I'm here to stay. That's why you saw some of you, the guild students, were referring to me as CEO. You'll find out why I'm a CEO. Okay? Yeah. Now, right now, as I'm speaking, I want to be like that in the future. To be the one addressing. Are we together? But don't mind, we are going to do this during class presentations, whereby you'll hold the microphone and remain alone in front, and the students will be your audience. Okay? Now you go and say, exhale, release all the pressure. Yeah? Time to grow up. fees obligation. Now this is where we differ from the private and the government schools. It is mandatory to attend lectures. The tuition and general charges payable for the diploma is as below. Read your letter. I'm not going to read out anything. Because every program has its own fee structure. Are we together? Don't ask me why is it that data science is having this fee, software engineering is having this. You deal with different consumables in your academic journey. Are we together? So read the fee structure very carefully. You're having different fees that you're going to pay. The ones that are uniform across the platform are medical fees, identity card, examination fees, guild fees, UNSA fees. Those ones are uniform across. But there are those that stand out to different programs. Are we together? That's why you see your fee structures are not the same. Most of you are asking, Madam, what is your fee structure? The fee structure of UICT. The fees structure is individual on admission. But what I don't expect to see is that you're the same students, all of you private, you're doing, maybe you're going to pursue a diploma in data science and analytics, and you're having this different fee structure. That one can't happen. Are we together? The fees become the same. If you're under the same program, with an exception of weekend students. An exception of what? Weekend students. I think you know how government operates. Government operates from Monday to Friday, isn't it? Eh? Government does not work on weekend. Now, for weekend students, you have an extra charge of 50,000, not too much. We are government, that's why even the extra fee is small. So an extra fee of 50,000 is payable for any student who wants to shift to weekend program. Because we very much know government students, you're supposed to be there, students. But we have said, we are in a different era. Are we together? Some are going to get employed. So we have left the platform open. You can either shift to evening or shift to weekend. Are we together? We are catering for all upcoming events in your life journey. And the academic registrar will be here to how you're supposed to change from one program to another, whether day, evening, or weekend. Are we together? For the government students, I believe you're going to register for the different programs. Some of you applied for day and would like to shift to evening. All those are handled under the academic registrars. It's the change of session. Are we together? Because we need our data clean. We have limits per session. You might request for a session, then they tell you it is full. You can't go for that session. Are we together? For those of you working, it's either evening or weekend. Okay? Are we together? So, read your tuition. Now that is your contract with UICT. Payable by you. Whatever you don't understand, open door policy at UICT. Okay? And we shall also have a special session from the communications office on the communication protocols. It's going to come in due time. We shall organize that workshop. your communications. Which office are you supposed to go to take which claim? Some of you have academic claims, you go to the principal. The principal is thinking strategy. It's not operational. Are we together? Anything concerning academics is handled by the academic registrar's office. And under the academic registrar's office, we have extra departments. We have the library, we have the registry, we have the ICT department. And once we talk about the ICT department, courses in ICT and engineering fall under that department. That is diploma in computer science, diploma in data science and analytics, diploma in software engineering, diploma in electrical and electronics engineering, diploma in e-governance and digital transformation. What have I left out? And then the diploma in information technology business. All of you report to the head of department, ICT and engineering. Now, we also have another department called the management department. That one is handling the business cases. That's where we have the diploma in financial technology, diploma in business computing, diploma in procurement and logistics management, diploma in records and archives management. What have I left out? Diploma in accounting and from the national certificates. National certificate in ICT belongs to the ICT department. Then the national certificate in records and information management belongs to the management department. The same applies to the national certificate in business administration. I believe that's the diploma in business administration that I left out under management. Are we together? So in case you have any academic issues, that is the first office you go to, not academic registrar's office. Anything concerning academics, hard department level. Unless it is beyond that, it's supposed to be escalated to the academic registrar's office itself. Anything concerning registration, handled directly under the academic registrar's office. I've already given you the in charge, Betty. Are we together? You see this team here? Huh? Where is Alan? Alan? Kamgisha Alan. Okay, you will see him in due time. This is the media team, but don't look for the two of us that you want to take photos. Please. Okay? She can introduce herself, eh? The boss multimedia.
Good afternoon, precious. Rachel Nisima is my name, and I work here in the Public Relations Department. Nice to have you all. So in case of documentation, videos and pictures, articles, newsletters, kindly you can reach out to our department. We shall be able to help you. All of us as you're seeing us, the media unit. Nice to have you all. Okay, then we have social media pages here. We are kindly requesting you, in case you need up-to-date information about the institute, you can always check them out. So we have X, and our X is UICT UG. We have Facebook, it's the same, UICT UG. Then we have LinkedIn, and that's Uganda Institute of ICT, and in brackets, UICT in caps. And we have TikTok, UICT Media House. Then you have YouTube, which is also UICT UG. So kindly reach out. You can follow the pages, always update information on those pages.
Thank you. That's our public relations manager, Rachel. Okay. Then Ronnie, that works in the multimedia. Alan, come here for identification. Anything concerning media, you meet any of them, you've already reached the office. This is Alan. We also work together with Ronnie, two ladies. I think you see we are under gender balance. Okay? You're asking now, Madam Lydia, what are you? I coordinate the marketing function and publicity. Okay? Now, that was communication. We shall talk the rest in class. Now, she has talked about social handles.
And we are ready to work with you. May God bless you all.
See, the beauty of being a guild president. I can even afford to do this, but they come and do this to me, you will see. Eh? He has those privileges. He's at that mega dining table. We shall talk about that table under communication skills, the CEO table. Okay? Withdrawing from the program. If a student withdraws from the course, penalties will... Now, you're going to make your payments for tuition. Are we together? Then you decide that I'm going to withdraw from the program. Are we together? If you're paid now and you withdraw now, you have not utilized anything, isn't it? You have not thrown any burden on the institute. Are we together? So it is simple. Withdrawing from the program within the first 3 weeks after the start of the program, 50% is lost. Are we together? Because the assumption is you've been in class, lecturers have been talking to you. Are we together? So for that time they talk to you. So you will lose. Are we together? Then withdrawing after 4th week of the start of the program, 100%. By then, you are fully invested to the program. So withdraw at your own. When I look at you, I can't say you're government, you're private, you're all students. Are we together? First come, first served. Whether government or private, you pay for the hostel fee, which is 600,000 per semester. At first come, first served basis. Might say, hey, all that, please, try the hostels around Nakawa. You will come and whisper to me. Okay? By accepting this offer and registering for this study program, whichever program you have been admitted under, you agree to comply with all national laws. Why we say national laws? UICT is a government tertiary institution. Are we together? We follow national laws. And institute policies. We are going to be sharing with you all those the institute policies that need your attention.